Welcome back, you beautiful Bravehearts. I'm here with Sarah, and Sarah's in Florida. She's going to tell you where she lives. She's going to tell you who she is. But I'm going to tell you something about Sarah. Not just the transformation on a physical level, but the transformation on an emotional level and on a mental level. I'm going to tell you something. You know what? We all fall down. But oh my God, if you learn from falling down and you learn that, guess what? The same energy that got you toxic, what if you turn that energy around? Instead of having the tail of the coin, you have the head of the coin, where you are at the head of your program and you actually master your day from the moment you rise till you close your eyes. Now understand something. I can absolutely take no credit for this. Okay, so Sarah came to the Whole Life Coach certification, and she's going to tell you why she came. But understand something. I give the menu. They go in. They take one bite at a time. They chew it up, digest it, and did it ever take for Sarah? Sarah, why don't you tell everybody your story? And anybody out there that's watching, you better listen to this, because understand something. All right? I'm going to tell you right now. I am an addict, okay? Whatever I've done in my life, okay, I was an addict. I was an addict. Whatever I did, I went overboard. Now, because I actually allowed myself to find my passion and my purpose, I'm an addict for thriving, for living, for giving. Forgiving. I've totally forgiven myself and the whole world for everything that's ever going to do. So help me God, because guess what? The world's just going to keep doing whatever it does. So help me God. And the reality is, it's all about forgiving now. And that's this. At one time, my father was a born-again pastor, and he used to say that we needed to serve people. Well, I didn't like who was serving me, so I never wanted to serve anyone. But you know what? When I found my passion and purpose, and I finally realized that I could actually live my life with unconditional love for myself, okay? That was like 35 years ago. I said, I'm going to nail this. So I did nail it. It's not about my story. And then I wanted to share it with everyone else. So now I'm just going to tell you something. We have a superstar, and her name is Sarah, and she's on here. Whether she wants me to say that or not, understand something. It's not what happened to you. Okay, it's what you do with it. Okay, so understand, I'm just going to say this. There's only one virus on the planet, and that's called victimitis. Oh my God, people just want to call me Sarah, and they want to talk for 10 minutes of every symptom that they have, which they think is a disease, and it's just the domino effect of disrespecting, dishonoring, and not loving themselves, because you know what? We're not allowed to. You know, it's like this, like I tell everyone, we were born to win and we were conditioned to fail. And understand this, the only time that I would ever just drink my face off or do drugs would be when I thought my personality wasn't good enough, so I had to become something else. And then maybe even take it so far as to let an entity crawl into me and go, well, that wasn't really me. What do you think, Sarah?
I think everything you are saying is so on point, and entities. Oh, that's an entire discussion I would love to have.
Yeah, we will sometime, but you know what? We have to also serve the dish warm, not too hot for these people.
Yes. I don't want to dive too deep. It's definitely a delicate topic. I don't want to dive into unless someone is ready to face that.
Yeah, you know what?
Because when speaking about it, you need to do.
Yeah, if you give something to somebody, even though you think it's a gift, and they're not prepared. Do you know what I realized? And then I want you to tell your story, and I'm going to sit back. Do you know what I realized? Unless somebody told me they want what I've got, I need to shut my mouth because I'm the terrorist.
Yes.
That's it.
I don't.
All right, take it away.
Okay. So, my name is Sarah Bowles. Actually, I have been in medical body work for over 13 years. I've worked with the body and know it like the back of my hand. I just had this love and passion for the body and how it worked. And I don't know how much I want to dive into the spiritual side of things, but I was experiencing quite a bit of spiritual warfare within myself.
I think what people would love to hear about is, you know, where you were. You came to the course. You did crack your coconut. I would like you to go through that story with them, and then as they get to know you, part 2, part 3, part 4, and even more.
Okay, so meeting Doc the first time in his lecture at Eliot's Museum, I recognized not necessarily what his course was about, but that it was what I needed to get through the stagnation that I was experiencing in my life. I had a very difficult time getting through working my issues out because I didn't have the correct foundation. I will say that the whole life course, the whole life coaching course that I took with Doc, it introduced me to the things that I was lacking the most. You know, you can do for everyone else, but only what you can pull from yourself. And I had some issues with unforgiveness, and it created...
What, for yourself or other people?
Other people, and for myself, really. I knew better, and I allowed myself to fall victim to toxic people in my environment.
Right.
And it truly destroyed myself because I didn't respect the boundaries that I knew I needed to lay in my life to protect my family, to protect my children and myself. And I dishonored myself that way. And I had a very difficult time forgiving myself for this.
And that, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's where we got sucker punched. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
What does the guilt do? So you judge yourself, you put yourself in judgment jail because of the guilt. How long should you stay there, Sarah? And how many diseases should you give yourself? Because a disease just means you're out of alignment, not at ease with yourself. So did your family want you to die for it? Did they want you to have a disease like cancer or have a heart attack or a stroke? Just get the hell out of here because you piss us off? Or what do you think? Why did you do it?
Yeah, well, the toxic programming that I was running in my mind, honestly, I can't recall one healthy or loving thing that I was taught about self-care as a child, outside of brushing my teeth. My parents didn't really have that foundation to teach us. So Where do you start when the foundation is broken? Where do you start? When you can't even love yourself in the mirror, how are you capable of seeing the love around you? And I knew there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
In the sense where my body and my spirit and my mind weren't aligned. I was not present in myself because I was so stuck in this stronghold, these walls that I created to protect myself. When Doc sat across from me day one, he looked me in the eye and he asked me why I was evil. And I never really saw myself as that. But it's what I needed to hear. He hands out the tough love that each person needs. And I started doing the BraveHeart oath. And I noticed I kept skipping over the same words every time.
Yeah.
Couldn't forgive myself, and I couldn't love myself unconditionally. And so many people have this issue, you know, like, let's get real. How many people speak to you about what is real in your world? Like, who tells you what you really need? If you're not telling yourself, where do you get it from? I was saying these oaths in the mirror, and on the third day, something amazing happened. I had a dream. I had a dream that I can still feel every day now. I was walking through the wilderness on this path, and at the end of this path, there was a mountaintop. It was dark. I didn't see anything there, but I had this feeling that I was meeting myself.
Right. And you're talking, this was the third day of the course, the Whole Life Coach course? Okay.
I've been so blessed. I've been, like, stuck in place. I know I have these callings over my life, and it's been spoken to me so many times by so many other people, but how do I get there if I'm this blocked, you know? And this is just the most beautiful thing. I started saying the self-love oath, and this bright star appeared, and it went into my chest, and it just glowed like this bright star. And I started lifting, and I just felt this joy and love like nothing I've ever experienced. And I woke up still feeling this in my chest, and it was the light that left me. I was so toxic, my light left me. And just having that connection back, and you know, I started slowly with the nutraceuticals, you know.
Right.
I'd say spiritually, you're sort of blocked from doing all of it at once. Just something within just wouldn't allow me to get there until I had this spiritual purge. I asked God to remove it, and He did. I did this prophetic deliverance. It was a retreat, and I was able to really get in touch with what was wrong and when it happened, and all of these suppressed, awful memories that, you know, it was the stronghold. It was what started and created this negative side that, you know, we feed it. We feed it.
Whatever you feed gets bigger. Whatever you feed gets bigger.
Yes. And when you feed that negativity constantly, it becomes bigger than the good. And, you know, I don't know when it happened where the negativity was bigger than my good, but, I mean, this broke me free, and it made me aware of what needed to be fixed. And I have this emotional freedom I've never experienced. I have this full love from God that comes in every day. There's no more blocks. And you know, I mean, I still have my tissue issues. I'm still working through the issues in my tissues, but...
Yeah, but hold on a second. When you started the course, how much did you weigh?
I weighed, oh gosh, I weighed about 220.
How much do you weigh now? How much do you weigh now?
182.
Okay,
yes.
So you've dropped almost 40 pounds.
Yeah, and I did drop 15 prior to the class after listening to the lecture, and so that's about 60 pounds total that I've lost. 2 full sizes, you know, and I'm feeling comfortable in my skin again.
How has your life changed for you since you took the first course?
So prior to the course...
Yeah, where were you prior to the course?
I was so so emotionally blocked. I couldn't be present in a moment or see the blessings in my life. I knew what to do, but I couldn't push myself to do it. Since this course, it's like every day I'm getting a little bit more back. I'm collecting myself back, and the pieces are coming, and it's just such a beautiful and empowering experience. I forgot who I was, and she's pretty amazing. She's I'm becoming more aligned with that side of everything, like the mind, body, and spirit. I will say a lot of it has to do with frequency and what I put in my body. The more frequency I put in, the more I shine.
Yes,
you have to feed the soul. You have to feed the things that make you feel good.
So let me ask. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
What do you feel you should punish yourself over from now on?
Well, nothing. I mean,
Nothing.
honestly, guys, if you
Nothing.
mess up, let yourself off the hook. Let yourself off the hook. Don't punish yourself because you misstepped or I mean, and that was something that, I'm still learning these lessons every day. But let yourself off the hook, because the shame or grief or whatever you're holding on to, that's self-punishment that really doesn't do anything good for you, and it keeps you in that low space. We're human. We all make mistakes. It's trial and error, and just loving yourself enough to understand that you are going to make those mistakes and not to punish yourself for it.
So, since the course has your direction changed, your plans changed? What do you want to do? What do you want out of life?
Oh my gosh! So this is really exciting, because it's just kind of propelled me where I should have been all this time that I was in stagnation. Like, I just feel like the Lord's just taken my hand and He's connected me with all of these healers, and we are in the process of building a health clinic and meditation garden here on my property.
Wow. So ever since the course, you started this, right? And,
yes.
And when was the course in Stewart? I've been all over the world doing courses, so I know it was maybe April?
April, yes. So 4 months.
Yeah, and now I'll be back in Bonita. I'll be in Bonita in 3 weeks to do another course.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
Because, where I was in that course, I mean, it was a lot to take in. And I was in a very toxic state. I was actually going through an opiate withdrawal. I was breaking old habits and trying to deal with that while in a course, taking in what you were saying to me.
You even quit smoking in the course.
I quit smoking. Yes, I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I quit opiates. And it was like, oh my God, there you are.
There you
All
are.
of these things seem to mask the pain, but it's like, sit in the pain for a moment and be free. It was all very faulty programming. It worked in the past when I needed it, but like you said, it was something that needed to be shed. It didn't work for me anymore.
Yeah.
My relationships are all very, very, very much back on track. My husband and I are really getting to know each other again. And so I've been really busy. You actually brought up chemtrail protection during our course. We were asking about how we could protect our properties and ourselves from chemtrails. And you said copper lining, and it just really intrigued me, so I wanted to do some more research on it. And after connecting with Jim Gale at Food Forest Abundance, He has not only created a permaculture garden and meditation, Eastern style meditation garden that we are in the process of implementing, but he's also connected me with his Tensor Tech guy, and we are creating Tensor Tech to help protect the body or protect properties. We're in the process of creating these prototype necklaces and bracelets to help people keep their own frequency.
Yeah, so if I can say this, Jim Gale's from Food Forest Abundance, everyone, and he's out of St. Cloud, Florida, and I'll actually be going up there. Let's see, I think it's about 10 days from now. I'll be going there, 12 days from now. Actually, and Jim right now are talking about coming together, okay, and uniting our forces. So
that's amazing, and this would be a perfect space because we will be also teaching food forestry and organic growing. We have an aviary that I started over the summer. We have 6 bee boxes now with our Tensor Tech around them, so they're very happy, high frequency bees. Oh, we even have wild bees trying to move in with our bees.
And you have the Pure Wave now, don't you?
The Pure Wave?
The Pure Wave for your bees.
Not yet. I tried to order it, and I believe they were out of stock.
They're not out of stock. We've got 300 in stock. We actually, over the last, and you know what? What people are actually using it for their body, they're actually using it for their neck and putting it on an angle to open up their neck, and at the same time, it's going in and getting rid of all their pain. So, people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to store.docofdetox.com and check out Pure Wave. This is where it's a magnetic device that you put in your beehive, or you can use it on your body. Well, let me just tell you what you can do. It doubles and triples the actual colony of the bees, even if it's near a 5G tower. Now you think about that. And they're being given to the beekeepers for free. Okay? And you can actually put your food on for 5 minutes and it'll decontaminate your food, okay, by about 95 to 98%. 5 to 10 minutes. When we go out to eat, we put our plate right on when we go out to eat. So we put our plate right on it. We also keep one in the fridge, and it keeps the food fresher for 2 to 3 weeks. Did you know that, Sarah?
That's so exciting. So
yeah.
It's the same sort of frequency stuff that, I'm experiencing with our harmonizers. Like putting a harmonizer next to my fruit bowl, it'll last 2 weeks longer. It's all about frequency.
It always has been. It always has been. If everybody just knew that everything you ever wanted in your life was created from energy.
Yeah, so this is a harmonizer. This is an indoor harmonizer. You can place these inside of your house. They actually protect from 5G, your towers. Your refrigerator is one of the largest sources of radiation that you can have in your house. Also, electrical water meters, those are awful sources of radiation. We have practitioner rings you can actually place around your meters, and it will take the negative frequencies out and transmute them into positive.
Mm-hmm.
So these are just such amazing little gadgets. I drive with them. I travel with them. And
are you coming to the course in Bonita?
Yes, I am. Okay. I'll be there. I'll bring my rings.
Yeah, bring your rings and you can just show off your stuff to everybody. Okay?
And this over here is our cloud buster. Also like a nice little meditation pyramid. Had some of the food forest guys meditate under it, and they say it's a pretty incredible frequency that you can pick up from it. Some even say you have that ascension feeling like you're coming out of your body. But it also detoxifies heavy metals and parasites. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how quickly it was going to work. So make sure you're on nutraceuticals if you're going to sit under there for more than 10, 15 minutes. It will say
Yeah,
that.
things like black gold, black diamond, you know, would be really helpful.
It's a great assist. Yeah, I sat under it, and 2 days later I was having my the entire bottom of both of my feet peeled, like shed a skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but I felt like I had a lot of the heavy metal toxin issues, but I wasn't on nutraceuticals. I wanted to sit in it and experience. Maybe that was a little foolish. I learned my lesson.
So what do you want to, eventually, what is it you want to do?
Okay,
I know you're working on a
um,
lot of things right now.
So I really need to get my taxes and all of this stuff together so I can have this as a safe space to practice naturopathic medicine. We're going to be doing bee sting therapy, acupuncture. I have a chiropractor that just showed up at my driveway and wants to work with us. We're going to have, it's going to be a collective of different practitioners doing
Beautiful.
what they love in a
Beautiful.
safe environment.
That's beautiful.
We'll have outdoor yoga and qigong and tai chi practices here. We'll have classes that will be scheduled online. I'm in the process of building my website with Gaston right now. We'll also have a line of tensor tech and harmonizers for people who are interested in that.
So can I ask you a question? It's a little selfish, but in coming to the course, have we supported you exactly like we said in helping you to build your business and everything?
Absolutely. I mean, this was instrumental. Like, it's changed my life. It makes these big dreams so attainable, and it's affordable. Like, I mean, it really is. Like, if you look around at what other people would charge, you have a network and a platform of people who know exactly what you need. And so this is a community, a platform of support. I mean, I couldn't even tell you where I would be if I didn't have the support of the BraveHearts that I met in the first class. Like, how many breakthroughs, like spiritual breakthroughs, I have been able to acquire based off of being around like-minded people and just really getting that connection that so many people just haven't experienced because, you know, we're all healing. We're all working on ourselves and being so open and
There's
real.
too many scared people out there. Scared to share their information. Poverty consciousness, so they overcharge, and then nobody buys it. You know, you're better off to give everybody an unbelievable price that they can move forward. And Sarah, and I want you to, you know, anybody could take this course. A medical doctor, I know we would wow them, a naturopath, or a person could take this course who has no training and they would skyrocket out of it. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. There's nothing like this. There is nothing that puts all of this information in context that you can understand. It's in English, guys. Okay? I've been in the medical field for 14 years, and everything he is saying, it connects. It's Eastern medicine. It's so many different systems in the body that are being targeted with the clapper. I mean, my God, that's a beautiful thing. The meridians you're hitting, the suthos, like your lymphatic system. Let me tell you, like, my lymphatic system was so backed up. When I started using that clapper, I was seeing significant changes in a day or a few hours. Like, my dowager's home's gone, and this was all clapper. It's gone.
And everybody, a clapper is something that we put together. It's about this big, okay? It's only this long. And it's purple, like the color of Dr. Detox website. And it's, you can use it. There's a rough side, there's a smooth side. There's two bumpy edges on it, but you can get into any part of your body. And if you clap and you bruise, that means that you are infected and inflamed. You should know this, that you should never, one sec, you should never bruise when you use a clapper. How many people out there say, look, when I get up sometimes I'm bruised, I didn't bang into anything. Just know that you've got tissue rotting because you've been pooping in your pelvis that long. And I bet when you started, Sarah, you didn't realize that 95% of all illnesses come from a dysfunctional large intestine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My intestine was in so much trouble. You remember? I remember you staring at it because it would like grow through the day.
Yeah.
Like I'd come and it would literally grow through the day. That was the bacteria in my stomach. It just
well, the more tired you became throughout the day, the more strength they got. So understand that's the same thing whether we're talking about a parasite in the body or a parasite with two legs. The more tired you are, the more they feed on you. Yes or no, Sarah?
It's the truth.
Yeah, the two-legged ones too.
Yes, I will be starting a parasite cleanse next week. And also doing the water cleanse prior to that. So we're just going to prepare and get as much out as I can before this class. So
yeah, bring your vibration up and then you're ready to accept it faster.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I've done like a 3-day advanced water fast, but it's been recommended to do a 6.
Well, because on the third day, guess what? Your whole digestive tract has shut down. That means 70% of the energy now goes into stem cell making and autophagy. And you may not know this, Sarah, but in with ours, because we use nutraceuticals that don't turn on the digestive tract, they bypass the Krebs cycle. In a 6-day advanced water fast, you'll get the same stem cells as if you paid $100,000. Now that's $10,000 stem cell injections you get from a 6-day advanced water fast. Not just that, but the autophagy for that last 3 days will go in and eat up the things that shouldn't be in there.
It's a beautiful restart for the body. It's affordable.
Yes.
You know, outside the nutraceuticals, you should be taking them anyway. It's an amazing reset. I mean, the clarity in your mind, your body just feels so much better. I've done so many cleanses in the past, but the nutraceuticals really do support the body and feed it the nutrition and remove what needs to be removed.
Okay, so I don't want to make this into a pitch, but you've taken lots of supplements in your lifetime, right?
Yes.
So
many.
So do I live up to my word that these have the highest energy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Goodness, the frequency, I can feel the frequency when it comes in. Like, I can tell when I'm not taking enough. Like, you know, it really does feed you what you need. And, you know, listen to your body. That's the best thing I could say, because sometimes you might not need as much, but, you know, your body's going to change as you go through the process. Your needs are going to change.
If you're in a 20-foot hole, eventually you won't be in the hole at all. You know what? You got to love and care for yourself to get you out of there. And understand, everyone, if you're in a 20-foot hole, you can't take a 5-foot ladder and climb it 4 times and get out. You got to front end load. You got to take massive personal action and just dedicate yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Sarah,
spend the money.
Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be in a year from now?
Oh, kicking butt at the clinic, traveling. I've been set free, and it's just so exciting to be here, because now that I'm, you know, awake and present in this moment, I'm realizing God's been working in my life, and I have everything I need. Everything I need. And support's here. So we're changing lives. We're gonna save the souls that want it.
Yeah, the ones that want it, and that's the deal right there. Because the rest we'd be terrorizing. But so Sarah, there's some people want to know what's the name of your website, so when it gets done, they'd love to look you up.
realhealthandwellness.com. BraveHeart.com.
Boom. That's easy
Yeah.
enough.
We can
Okay.
talk about my 5-year plan. So my husband has a business in Colorado.
Yes.
And maybe you can help me with this. I might need your support. My husband has a special needs business in Colorado. We take care of special needs adults and we place them with at-home caregivers.
Right.
And I would like to have a program, maybe a digestive support program.
Well, that's first, and what for these type of people, it's black gold and daily cleansing tea and black diamond. Okay, that's where you got to start, and structured water, and then adding flavor to the water, either the super cinnamon or the orange burst or the lemon lift, but mainly the super cinnamon, because that will cut their sugar cravings. And believe it or not, our super cinnamon can actually help reverse adult onset diabetes, which is basically a sugar glucose problem.
Yes. So, I mean, these are beautiful people, and, you know, if we can give them more life or more health, their ability to connect to their bodies again, this will be a project that I'll be working towards. I'll have the nonprofit garden, and I need to figure this out because it's Medicaid-based. It's government-funded. So I need to figure out some loopholes there.
Yeah, and what if we truly were family? And and a lot of people think that's BS when I bring it up, and why is he even doing that? But what if we truly loved ourselves and each other? What if we observed each other and never judged each other? What if we knew that we were abundant and there was no limit?
It's Jesus' ministry right there. Love.
Well,
Just love each other. And if someone is wanting the help, I'm so happy to give it to them. You know? So happy to give it to them.
what would you like to leave everybody with, Sarah?
Well, this is a little snippet of my healing journey. I'm healing every day. And, when we love ourselves, we are all capable. We are all capable of being exactly who we dreamed we are. You know, we all have the ability to be healers. We all have the ability to be positive to everyone around us. And gosh, just love, you know? It's the answer to everything, really. So until next time, I can't wait to check in here in a few months and show you guys my garden.
Well, you let me know when you're ready, okay, Sarah?
All right, many blessings. I will see you in a few weeks, Doc.
All right. We'll see you in Bonita, Florida, and everybody will be doing their what's called the New World Practitioner training. I'll start off with the Whole Life Coach. That's 9 days, and then a day off, and then we go to the Wolf Non-Surgical. It is the most powerful body work in the world, and I don't mind being challenged on that. And how about this? We give a money-back guarantee to everybody that comes to us. Even if they're booked for surgery, we tell them that chances are they're not going. It's always been a scar tissue issue. It's always been a calcification issue. So, and then after that, we have another course, which is the woman's course, and that is the pelvic restoration course. All right, so check it out, everyone, at braveheartnation.com. And all I can say is 3, 2, 1. We got this when we come together. God bless everybody. Have a great day.
Good.